Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Dungeons 3. And my voice is sounding really loud. Why is that? Have you gone and screwed up my settings again? Nope. Must just be me. Right, so we are going to be playing Dungeons again. This is the random game slot, and patrons' choice. Patrons are like, yeah, play whatever. So we are going to be playing Dungeons, because I freaking love this game. It's hilarious. So we are going to continue where we left off last time, which was
the end of Burger's End, the Battle of Steelsmith.
If I remember correctly, we did this one.
The brutal evil's army had reached the dwarven town of Steelsmith.
Yes,
the end of Burger's End. After Grimley's inglorious end, the insidious evil's army had gone through the mines of Steelsmith to escape Tanos's armies and his wrath. The old shafts brought them close to the busy town of Burger's End.
So I'm pretty sure that we did the one with the hammers last time. Pretty sure. Because I don't remember getting all of the achievements, and we now have all 3 of them. So we're going to do this one, which is the end of Burger's End. If we finish this, complete the mission, own 5 gobberbots at any time in the mission, and don't allow any of the deliveries to reach the city in the mission. Okay, so this is a really, really fun one, actually. I like this one. This is a good one. So let's start. And you'll see why. Probably quite soon.
Talia and the all-devouring evil's army had left the mines of Steelsmith behind them, far from Tanos and his henchmen. The tunnels brought them close to the city Burger's End, in the Empire's hinterlands. Burger's End was known for its voracious heroes. More specifically, their appetites were wait for it, dairy. They ate so much that the city had to be supplied with food from the surrounding area on a daily basis. True story.
These gluttons are going to be easy. Onwards, creatures of the deviant evil! Give these gourmands their just desserts!
This hasty attack wasn't the best idea, as the what is cannon fodder for evil's creatures all too quickly found out. These well-fed warriors proved to be exceedingly powerful and dismembered the advancing horde with terrifying speed.
That could have gone better.
Naturally, a battle like that can work up an appetite. Luckily, a transport full of food showed up shortly after the clash. The wheels quickly turned in the deceitful evil's evil brain. What if those deliverers were to have an accident on their way to the city, and the city suddenly ran out of food? It giggled a treacherous little giggle. Those wood piles could be used as a roadblock if they were put into motion with a few hefty blows. That would make transporting that food even more difficult.
Okay, then we'll starve the pigs out. A brilliant plan. Do we have to do this? I feel so bad about killing Grimley. Oh, I'm surprised. I thought that evil act would finally extinguish the good part of me. I guess I'll just have to put up with you for a while longer.
These schizophrenic monologues are really annoying. They prevent me from saying so much more.
Not the worst thing when I look at the reviews of the last game.
What? How dare you? Talk about cheeky. You haven't heard the last of this.
Right, so this mission, basically, we have to stop any suppliers getting to the end
boundless
point.
Genius, the prudent evil had provided Talia with a few gobberbots whose combat strength would prove extremely useful. They were just, wait a minute, where are they?
Yes! They were supposed to be delivered yesterday, but the postman just left a note at the dungeon entrance saying that I wasn't home. I was here the whole time.
Oh, how I'd love to work with professionals. Just once. Professionals. Just once. Take a deep breath. Remember what they taught you. You don't want any more of those electric shocks. Fine. Fine. And so, the bad-tempered evil quickly threw 2 gobberbots into the dungeon. Then it went out to find that postman and beat the living crap out of him.
Right, so, yeah, we have to go and stop the food supplies getting to this place. They will come from the edges of the map, either from there or from there. You can see that we have 2 dungeon entrances, one over here and one up here, which may or may not be useful for running through and stopping them. At first, it's fairly easy, fairly laid back, but obviously it gets harder and harder. The deliveries come more frequently, and there are a couple of other things. We still... What do we have access to? I need to remember how to play this game. We have the Horde guys, we have some undead, and we have the demons. Okay. We'll want the demons because the ability to create portals is going to be huge. So I think what we'll do is we'll put the demons over here. Yeah, we'll have the crafting like up there. And then, actually, hang on. We'll put an entrance there. And a room there as well. In fact, this one should be a 4x4. Like so. So what is this game? This is pretty much Dungeon Keeper. This is, as I was describing it to Bussy earlier, this is basically Dungeon Keeper meets Warcraft meets... Crikey, what was the third game? There were 3 games. Something else. Warcraft meets Dungeon Keeper meets something. But yeah, it's like Dungeon Keeper. You're building a dungeon, you're mining it out. The graphics are kind of Warcrafty. You'll especially see that when we're fighting the heroes, the humans, and the dwarves and the elves. And it's actually really good. Like the Majesty, that was the other game. It's got a really good sense of humour, this game does. So the first couple of missions, we got access to the goblins, we got access to the orcs, demons, zombies, and banshees. We've started getting access to some more basic traps, things like that. We can build various buildings. But the difference in this game between Dungeon Keeper and this is you can go above ground. So we have the 2 maps. We have the underground map here, which is where you're building everything, and this is kind of where you're establishing your army. You're building food supplies, places for them to rest, recover, that type of thing, and then you're basically sending them out onto the surface to cause all kinds of mischief. And we are in fact going to do that. Hell, we may as well do it now. So we're going to grab everyone.
Payday!
We're going to throw you out of this entrance, which I hope is the northern end. Is this entrance? Yeah, it is. And then once they hit this entrance, you can actually control them directly like an RTS.
The advance of the homicidal evil's armies had not escaped the voracious heroes of Burger's End in the short pauses between meals. They immediately sent scouts and combat troops out towards the dungeon.
These stuffed pigs will be a piece of cake. We could also deal with them peacefully, couldn't we?
That was a noble thought from the good Talia, but the heroes of Burger's End were not choosy about what they ate, and dark elf fingers were considered a delicacy.
Oh, disgusting! Right, let's roast these pigs. Oh, good call.
The evilness collecting evil had, collected evil. Damned adjectives, whatever. It soon had the chance to research gobberbots, enabling it to recruit them itself in future. This extremely useful research would equip all normal goblins with a mech, greatly increasing their combat strength. Oh, apparently a couple of heroes got lucky and caught a couple of goblins away from their gobbobots on a pee break. You should free them as quickly as possible.
Right, so up until now we've had just the goblins, which are the little guys there. They have an ability where if there are any other guys around them, then they will get attacked first, but goblins are extremely squishy. You can put them in gobbobots, which are basically the mechs from, like, Dawn of War. What are they called? The tin cans. And they become quite significantly stronger, doing a lot more damage. And if the mech gets destroyed, the goblin jumps out and can still fight. Ooh, did we just run past? Oh, blimey. That's the heroes. Shit. I think we may have just got our army killed. Run away, guys. Run away. Guys, run.
I am the evil.
Dude, run.
You desire?
Are you seriously blocking us here?
Ow!
Really? Really?
I am the queen of evil.
Right, well, that's a restart. Because it's going to cost money to resurrect her, and this is way too early in that mission to do that. Right, let's try that again then, shall we? I can't believe that.
The crossing.
I got distracted,
Thanos,
so I'm just going to skip through all of the dialogue this time, although it is hilarious. The narrator is definitely one of the best things about this game. It's very well done, very well written, very well voice acted too. I can't believe that went so badly so quickly. I'm just not with it
Talia
today.
and the all-devouring evils.
Okay, then we'll starve the pigs out. A brilliant plan. Do we have to do this? I feel so bad about killing Grimly. Oh, I'm surprised. I thought that evil act would finally extinguish the good part of me. I guess I'll just have to put up with you for a while longer.
These schizophrenic monologues are really annoying. They prevent me from saying so much more.
Not the worst thing when I look at the reviews of the last game.
What? How dare you? Talk about cheeky. You haven't heard the last of this.
Right, so let's try that again. So we're going to get our infrastructure up and running a little bit faster than it did last time, just because I was kind of going, what the hell do I do again? It's been a week. So we're going to be mining out all of the resources that we can find. There are some places, like over here where you see the treasure chest, that denotes a gold vein, which lasts a lot longer, so you can basically build a treasure room around
In
it.
its boundless genius, the prudent evil had provided Talia with a few gobberbots whose combat strength would prove extremely useful. They were just, wait a minute. Where are they?
Yes! They were supposed to be delivered yesterday, but the postman just left a note at the dungeon entrance saying that I wasn't home. I was here the whole time.
How I'd love to work with professionals. Just once. Professionals. Just once. Take a deep breath. Remember what they taught you. You don't want any more of those electric shocks. Fine. Fine. And so, the bad-tempered evil quickly threw 2 gobberbots into the dungeon. Then it went out to find that postman and beat the living crap out of him.
And this time I think we'll be a little more careful about when we go outside, because I think the first attack is triggered when we go out. So we want to try and get more of our infrastructure up and running before that point. We want to try and get the demons because they are really good long-ranged fighters. And oh, you did actually give me the 2 gobblebots for free. Kind of bad timing on my part, because it means last time I think I had 1 extra creature. Or maybe I didn't quite. No, I did. I definitely did. Well, bugger. Because you have to do research to get additional creatures, so getting like free people is pretty good, because then you don't have to pay for the research. Because you're over the population limit, and if it's done artificially, there's no real penalty. So in this, you need to have places for them to stay, which is why I'm building a demon shrine temple vortex thing over here, so that we can recruit them. That then gives us access to demons, or imps rather, which are the ranged fighters. The horde creatures, so everything is divided in 3. You have horde, you have demonic, and then you have undead. The horde creatures need to eat, which is what the turkey farm over here is for. And everyone needs to get paid, so we're constantly farming money and building that stuff up. I think we want to hire a couple more imps. Or what they're called, little snots. That was it. So we now have 9 of those active. And they're basically what underpins our economy. And in the meantime, you basically never want to stop mining. Just to make sure you keep those resources coming in. And also you. Then I think over here we want another room. Say that size. And we're going to need to research the Arcanium. The Arcanium uses these things, which is evilness. You only generate evilness from the outside. You basically have to take over these shrines, which is what I was doing the first time.
Hopefully no one has arachnophobia. A spider nest has been discovered.
Alright, so we'll need to send our creatures over here. So we're going to go over to this. We're going to grab you all and just throw you on down there. They'll fight the spiders. They'll defeat them. We'll destroy the spider lair. And then we'll have access to all of this juicy, juicy money. Except for those three who are running away. But it's fine. We've got Thalia down here. So the female narrator is Thalia. She's like our general.
You worm!
And she's pretty powerful. Particularly in the early game. Until the other creatures level up and they start adding more gear. So this is the first mission where the goblins get their upgrades. So usually it's just the goblins and they're kind of your rogues. They stab away. This is the first mission where we get the mech bots. So you can see there. They're like in robots now. Controlled by the goblins. Obviously. So we need to build the Arcanium. Wrong button. That one. And then once we have this positioned, we'll be able to store mana.
Meanwhile, even the gluttonous heroes of Burger's End had noticed the constant rhythmic thumping sounds coming from underground between chews, and sent scouts and combat troops out towards the dungeon.
Ah, these stuffed pigs will be a piece of cake. We could also deal with them peacefully, couldn't we?
That was a noble thought from the good Talia, but the heroes of Burger's End were not choosy about what they ate, and dark elf fingers were considered a delicacy.
Oh, disgusting! Right, let's roast these pigs. Oh, good call.
So this time we're going to let them come down. We're going to beat them when they come down into the dungeon. And then once we've done that, we'll head up to the surface and get the evilness. I mean, we started with a small supply of it, which is what allowed us to get the magic supply up and running. And the reason I wanted to get that done quickly is because it unlocks the demon portal ability, which allows us to put portals up on the surface, which means that we can jump back to base very quickly without having to run back to the two main entrances. And that's really important because it means that we can have more troops up on the surface. Then if we get attacked down here, we can just open a portal, jump back through, and then we're here to defend against whatever incursion. At least until we get traps and things up and running. We want to make sure we grab that so that we can have another mining area opened up. We'll do that. And how much is it to increase the population count?
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
It's pretty cheap. So we need to go to this. Wrong one. This. Grab all the minions and just throw them down like here. Then they'll all fight together against the incomers.
Hey!
Plus, going back here, we're actually out of range of the cannon. So this guy here, the gunner, builds those cannons. They do a lot of damage. So this was actually quite a good move. And now we have a bit more population cap. We can go ahead and bring in an imp as well. So we'll have our own ranged attacks. So we've beaten the initial attack off, which is very good. Does this game have multiplayer? Yes. I don't know what it's like. I've never played it though. Now, how badly wounded did we get? A couple of people got injured. So they'll immediately go back to their base over here and start resting. But to unlock more population, we need the evilness. So we have to go to the surface, essentially. So once these guys have healed up, which just happens over time, then we can do that. There's our food supply. We're down to 5. I suspect we need to expand this. Let's expand these corridors. We want to make sure that we have sufficient mana. The other thing we want to do is when we find one of these mining areas, we want to put a treasury around it so that the imps, when they're mining, don't have to keep on shipping the gold that they get away somewhere else. They can just stay there and just basically drop it as they mine it. And that counts as in our treasury. Right, so I think we probably want a couple more imps. Because you basically always want to have a couple of them just here on the sides, just chipping away. So obviously we have a lot of building done. So they're all busy right now. Gobbler farm built up over there. And yeah, this is warning us that we are out of food now, which is not good. So we need to expand this pretty quickly. I'm kind of tempted to make it even bigger. So these guys immediately come over, start mining away. And yeah, you guys are bringing all the gold that was collected along this corridor to the treasury, where it then adds to our treasury. Which is fine. Okay, that's all done. Let's go and expand the gobblers, like so. And then with that, I'm going to assume that our people are fine. What's the hotkey to pick everyone up? F2. Okay, F2.
Death to all that is
Throw you all
good.
into the exit, which means you'll appear up here. Hello.
Tanos must die.
And then attack, move over there, so you attack everything on the way. And now our dungeon is basically unguarded, which is why we wanted the portal, so we can jump back when necessary. Also, we have about a minute before the first food delivery appears. And we definitely want to be in a position to intercept and destroy that. Although I already have the achievement that you can get if you destroy all of the attacks without, or all of the food supplies without any getting through. So I'm not as bothered about getting that this time.
The evilness collecting evil had, well, collected evil. Damned adjectives, whatever. It soon had the chance to research gobobots, enabling it to recruit them itself in future. This extremely useful research would equip all normal goblins with a mech, greatly increasing their combat strength.
So I'm going to let them come out to attack us and we'll be out of range of the cannon. So I don't think we need to kill the cannon, we just need to kill the gunner, and then eventually it will despawn. So now you can see we have a couple more ranged people and we're generating evilness, which just gets collected automatically.
Oh, apparently a couple of heroes got lucky and caught a couple of goblins away from their gobobots on a pee break. You should free them as quickly as possible.
My voice is very quiet compared to the game voice, might just be because I wasn't talking to the microphone. Yeah, I'm looking at the voice
first
difference.
Food delivery set out for Burger's End. Of course, the well-prepared and not at all surprised evil would never let it arrive at its destination.
Right, you lot are doing nothing. That's unacceptable. That's because the treasuries are full. Ah. Well, now I can start researching some more population limit, which will allow me to hire some more creatures. So I want at least 2 imps, possibly even 3. We'll get 3. And then after this, we want a bunch more orcs, because they're our front line. The orcs basically take the damage. So we have got one of the transport things up and running. They will be following this path here. So we're going to wait until they're a bit closer to this. We'll jump out and then we'll attack them, basically as it comes along here. But I wanted to give my minions a bit of time to rest up before we do that. Okay, so money is still coming in. We want to continue expanding. So the game is pretty good at kind of giving you hints where interesting things are by just laying out the resources there. So this is all stuff that we essentially should just go ahead and mine. It kind of leads you. You can see it's kind of saying, hey, you should put a corridor here. Both ways. So we'll do that. Alright, are there any other technologies that we need?
It's
yes,
payday.
We really want Nagas. Nagas are great because they are healers. And we should probably try and recruit some, which will require us to increase our population, which we can do. And then we can hire a Naga. Creatures, Naga. And also I just realized the exclamation mark is where the creature actually is right now. You know what? I think we're about ready to go outside. You can see the Naga's got a very much medic from Team Fortress healing ray going. Are there any other upgrades we want? We could get the guard room, which then leads to the Tinker's Cave. The Tinker's Cave is important because that is where you can build doors and traps. So right now, people can just walk straight out of here and attack us in any of our rooms. We want to put some doors down, make that a little bit more difficult. But the main thing right now is just expanding our population so that we can get more and more creatures out and about. Because once they're out, they start leveling up. So you can see here, Gottschalk is a level 2, or Camdias is a level 1. Alright, so you're about here. Once you hit probably about this point, that's when we'll jump out and we'll try and ambush them as they come along there. Then once we killed them, we'll go and take this shrine and we'll start generating some more evilness. Now, do I want to expand any of these rooms while things are relatively quiet? I think I probably do. We'll increase your size like so. We seem to have enough gobblers, so that's fine. Mana's supply is looking solid. Let's get a bit more mining going on there. We have another big room over here. We'll probably put the tinkering stuff over in this way. Although, maybe not. Maybe we'll put the tinkers in here. Because you kind of want to have a lot of space next door to each other. That's a lot more mana, so we must be at maximum capacity. Yes, we are. Okay, it is time. So we're going to hit F2. We're going to go out the southern entrance this time. Drop everyone at the exit. Come over here
What?
and grab you all. And it should be just in time. There it is. Now, one thing I really like about this game, music. It's quite nice. And then when we go over to the evil area, it's dynamic. I really like that. It's such a cool effect.
The destructive evil had destroyed the food delivery before it even got close to Burger's End.
Alright, so we have about 5 minutes before the next delivery, in which time to build ourselves up some more. So we're going to send our minions to go and attack over there. Now, as we take more territory, you can see it's kind of turning grey. That's not just the minimap, that area is literally turning evil. So the more of the map that we conquer, the less these nice little healthy looking trees will be around. It's kind of a cool effect.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Take this and boom. It becomes evil. With evil plants. Alright, good. So we have one orc who's a little injured.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Aha, and this is why we wanted the portal. So click on you, then we drop everyone through the portal, and hey presto. We can F2,
Evil.
and we can just go... Drop you all. There. Takes you a minute to get up.
Ow!
Off we go.
Take that!
And now we also have a portal right there, so this gives us a lot more control about where exactly we want our people. Okay, so a lot of us got really quite badly injured that time, so it's going to take us a while to heal up. We'll probably want to deploy a few more Nagas. As a rule, it's a pretty good decision to have as many Nagas as you have orcs. So at the moment we have got 2 orcs, so we want 2 Nagas. We'll probably get another orc. Because the orcs, like I said, are your frontline troops, and you want them getting healed. You'll notice I haven't used any undead yet. I'm less keen on the undead because your Nagas can't heal them. So if anyone else is taking injuries, you're basically extending the amount of time you can spend outside if you have Nagas in sufficient supply. Also, we don't seem to have enough housing, so we better expand some of that. Do a portal as an expiration date? I don't think so. Ooh, we have some more heroes on the way. Although, yes, it just disappeared. So apparently they do. Are you coming to attack me? I think you probably are. We can be ready for you. Here they come. So they're coming through the southern entrance. We're doing pretty good on getting everyone healed up, so I think we're going to wait until you're in, grab everyone.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
And drop you down here. Where you will take a shot. We'll go, we're under attack, and we'll all respond. Then you guys should turn around, so you hear the sounds of combat. You do. And here we go. And as we kill more stuff, we get more and more experience for everyone who's involved. And now you can see the healers doing their thing by staying in the back rank. And then if there's nothing to heal, they just shoot stuff. So they're good all round, really. Is there anything else I want to build? We have access to the workshop. I think we probably want the guard room and then the Tinker's Cave. Now we need to build a workshop, which should probably be built fairly close to you. So I think we are going to do the workshop out of this. So we're going to build over to this, connect up to there, and then we'll probably actually just mine all of this out and stick a workshop right there. Now usually I try and leave a little bit of wall around so we can stick doors and things there. Don't think it's necessary for the workshops though. Ooh, we found some more money. So we definitely want to make sure that that gets mined out. And that, so we can actually go around it. And then we can set up a constant mining job over there like this. And the fact that we have nobody mining right now would rather suggest that we need some more workers.